There is no perfect homeschool mom out there. I'm sorry, you're not gonna find her. We've all made mistakes. And today I want to share with you the 3 big homeschooling mistakes that I have done. Hey there, welcome. I am Ashley from joyfulnoiselearning.com. And if we haven't met, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for joining me. If you like to hear about homeschooling and need encouragement, and you like curriculum reviews, and I like to talk about Charlotte Mason style things and biblically based homeschool curriculum, then go ahead and subscribe. And I'd love to have you join me here at Joyful Noise Learning weekly for videos. So I'm so glad you're joining me today, guys. I'm so excited because this is a collab video, but I'm hosting this one. So I have some other amazing homeschool mamas who are joining me today. And we are going to be sharing the 3 biggest homeschool mistakes that we have done. And I'm sure some of these may overlap and crisscross, but a lot of these may be different. And you're going to find out that every homeschool mom messes up, that none of us are perfect, that we all have things that we need to learn and grow from. And we'd love to share with you in ways that we may have messed up in the past. So maybe you don't make the same mistakes as we do. But the thing is, you probably are going to make some mistakes, and that's okay. That is all okay, because even though we make mistakes, we can learn and we can grow from them and become the best homeschool moms that we can be for our kids. So be sure to check out the playlist below for all the other homeschool moms that I'm sure you're going to love. These are all amazing ladies. I love them so much. Sit tight, grab your coffee. I've got 3 mistakes I want to talk with, so let's jump into those. So the first mistake I want to talk about is doing too much too soon. So when I started homeschooling, I knew I wanted to homeschool when my children were really little, and I was so excited, like beyond excited. I was looking at all the homeschooling mom books and the blogs that were out there at the time and reading everything I could and looking at curriculum. And when I started homeschooling, my oldest was 2.5 years old and my second child was a baby. And I was like,
all right, we're gonna homeschool. Let's do preschool. You're ready. You're 2.5. You can start reading, right?
Anyway, or she was just before 3 years old. So we had a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I did pick some curriculum. It gave us a structure for our day, and it gave us some activities to do while I was teaching her the letters and the numbers and colors and things. We even started reading through the Bible and doing activities. I know she learned probably quite a bit doing that, but looking back, I wish I wouldn't have been as stressed as about completing school each day or about getting through the curriculum. I really should have just set aside a certain time of day to do our school and then just relaxed and had fun with it, and then moved on with the other things that life brings when you have a 3-year-old and a baby. I was still learning and growing on how to take care of a house at that time, and I was so overwhelmed with all of it. So I really should have just relaxed a little bit and not been so worried about how much we were doing. Preschool age is really a great time for you to be focusing on like building good habits, like taking care of yourself, learning how to obey and say please and thank you, things like that. So I did do those things, but I really would have just focused on that a lot more. I do talk more about this in my How to Homeschool Preschool video. You can check that out and watch that. Also, I do, in the description box, have a free chore printable for families for morning jobs for kids, for morning chores. And it's for ages 3 all the way up to 10. So I made that for you. The link is in the description box. So along with this mistake, doing too much too soon, I was super excited to jump into things like history and science and geography and foreign language, like all those amazing subjects that we love to do in homeschool. And I was so excited. I tried to kind of cram that in when my kids were really little. And again, I'm sure they learned things, but I needed to stress a lot less over that and really just focused on the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, and really just focused on that and reading to them and not necessarily trying to do amazing activities with their history and their science. So now my kids are at a really great age to be doing these things, so I'm finally there. I'm really thankful for that, but back then I really should have just not stressed about it and just focused on teaching them how to read. So mistake number 2 is stressing over curriculum choices. Speaking of what curriculum to teach, there is no perfect curriculum. There just isn't. I addressed this in one of my latest videos here, and then I also talked about how to help you pick curriculum. And then I even have a video where you learn how to use the curriculum once you have it. But I always worry and stress about making the wrong decision on curriculum even after I've picked something. And that's the mistake I still make, but I have definitely made in the past. The best thing I've learned is that because there are so many options out there, anything that you pick is going to be a good curriculum. So the best thing I should have done is pick something and then make it work for me and then enjoy it and have fun and not stress over if this is the right decision or not. I spent so much energy and time and wasted thoughts on thinking this way, thinking this is not the right one, this is gonna mess my kids up. And I just learned that it's okay to change curriculum. It's okay to pick something and try it for a little bit and maybe it doesn't work out. But you really don't know that until you try it. That's my next biggest mistake, is stressing too much over my curriculum choices and not spending more time on just focusing on my kids and just being with them and having fun with them. All right, mistake number 3 is comparing myself to other homeschool moms. This is so hard. It's so easy to do this, especially living in a day and age where we have the internet. We have a glimpse into other homeschool moms 24/7 just at our fingertips. This can be a good thing and you can use it for good. You can find ideas and find encouragement from other homeschool moms. But just like superpowers and how they can be used for good and for evil, this can be used for evil and can be a detriment to you in your homeschooling, and it can steal your joy. I got so overwhelmed, and to be honest, I still get overwhelmed by what other moms are sharing. There's just so many amazing homeschool moms out there. So what has helped me with this mistake, one of the few things I've been able to do, is I try to pick and choose and only follow a few people. If I follow 35, 60 people, then I'm getting all these things coming through my feed and I'm getting discouraged going. But sometimes I unfollow people so I don't have so many people coming through my feed. Also, I try to be realistic and realize that everyone has good and bad days. And just like there's no perfect homeschool curriculum, there's no perfect homeschool mom. Every homeschool mom has weak spots. Every homeschool mom has failures. Unfortunately, that's just not always what we share on social media. So this, I feel like I could go off on a tangent here, but maybe this is an encouragement to all of us that we really need to be as realistic and real as we can on social media, but I know it's just not possible to be able to share every good and bad thing. I try to share the realistic things and also look at other people and realize that they have good and bad days too. The other thing I try to remember with this is that there is no one just like me. There is no one just like you. Nobody has your kids. Nobody has my kids. I am the mom that is meant for my kids, not all the other women on social media. Same for you. You are the mom God has pointed to your kids, and you know what they need, and you have God-given abilities in you to pour into them and what they need. So to combat this mistake and trying to compare yourself to other people is to spend less time on social media and more time in prayer and reading the word and discovering who you are and who God has made you to be and the things that He has spoken over you. Because He can shape your homeschool. What does He want your homeschool to look like? And if you're not a believer, what do you want your homeschool to look like? You don't have to go out and try to copy everybody else. You can make your homeschool what you want it to be. You have all you need in your experiences and your gifts and your talents that God has placed inside of you. All right, friends, that is what I've got to share for you for my biggest mistakes: doing too much too soon, stressing over the curriculum, and comparing myself to other homeschool moms. Can you let me know in the comments if you relate to any of these? I would love to hear about that. And be sure to check out the playlist with all my other friends and what they shared for their biggest mistakes as well. I'm super excited to hear about what they said. And if you are looking for a step-by-step guide to get started homeschooling, or if you need help learning to choose your own curriculum, you can check out my ebook, Ready, Set, Homeschool. I have more info for that down below as well. So that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you guys again. Please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Happy homeschooling.